Well, first of all, the character I'm playing right here now is me, Scott, telling you a story. Okay? Except what I'm trying to do in terms of this story is go beyond telling you. I'm trying to bring it alive for you. So I'm trying to create, number one, now she said something about maybe playing the Stones. I don't know, maybe that comes up later on where I can actually embody the Stones. But what I'm trying to do is create an environment outside the environment of the theater. When I address you, the environment we're working in is one of a theater. I'm a storyteller. You're an audience when I do the inner. But as soon as I do this, and I tell you what's over here, and I look at it, I see it, and depending upon what it is, respond to it, then you start to see it too. And you start to experience it as well as me. So it's really a collaboration that I'm trying to create, where I'm trying to build an external life that you, the audience, and I together can participate in.
Scott always came back to the fact that he needed to do his classes. He said, all I really want is just a place to do my classes, whatever that takes, you know? And that was one thing we kept through the whole time. If you ever show up with a set on it, the set had to be cleared in order for the classes, you know, for Tuesday night or Monday night classes, you know, and sometimes Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever, you know, so that was his heart.
And a lot of people who would come to Scott's classes were not people who wanted to be actors or performers, but he had people coming who were like lawyers and doctors and housewives, you know, and just people who are not in that performing arts world at all, but found that just taking your hands and going kind of opens up something, because that's outside their normal experience. Because you're not allowed to go, you know, just on your own. You need someone to give you the opportunity and the permission to just go, and that unloads something in each of us. Because down inside there's some place of us, part of us, maybe when we were a child, wants to go and have it be all right. And this is being very creative. I created that. And people who don't know that they have the freedom to go suffer unconsciously from the impulse that wants to express itself like that, but can't because it doesn't know how, or it doesn't feel that it's safe to do that. So he created a safe place for people to kind of just step out of their kind of robot way of, oh, hi, how are you? Oh, good to see you. Oh, bye.
And I forget what the exercise was, but I was doing it with Densmore. And it was a two-on. And we were just the two of us. He, as a musician, I am imagining, probably experienced this all the time as a musician. I don't know if they'd ever experienced it on stage verbally before. But I had never experienced this at all. And that's just getting up, and whatever the exercise was, I forget, but it was like back and forth, and it was, and it was wonderful. I mean, we were like, it was so fast, it was faster than you could think, and it was totally in tune, and it was hysterical. People were laughing, like, you know, it was just, and it built to a climax, and then it was boom, you know. It was so immensely gratifying, you know. That was one, and afterwards, then we both looked at each other and big spontaneous hug.
This is all experimental, okay? Because so much of the creative process has to do with where you put your head. That's why I spend time with this, because the mental part is really important. If you can master the mental part, you can do anything.
And at that time, Scott Kelman's workshop in Wallenboyd Theater, a lot of strong characters in his workshops. So I asked Scott if I can draw those, students. And I took a class too, but I was so happy to be in America. For me, that was America. But later I found out these are all like avant-garde type of very, far out personalities. But for me, it was like a human being in front of me, moving. So in my way, I went to Scott's workshop to forget that I'm alone. There's a people in this world. And it was kind of safe for me to be in Scott's class.